Guys, and welcome back to Life of Ryan TV. Today I just wanted to talk to you about the couple of reasons why we decided to take a break on ABA therapy. Ryan started ABA therapy when he was 2 years old. That's the first thing we started on because, the person that evaluated him for speech noticed that he had other things going on as well. He couldn't point with his index finger. He couldn't really stack blocks. He didn't respond to his name. So they recommended to start ABA therapy immediately. So that's what we did. So from then on, he was doing ABA therapy for like 3 years and a half. We did at the beginning, I believe it was like 10 hours, and then I went I think to 15 hours. I think the most we did, it was like 20, I believe, but that's pretty much what he did for what he's been doing for the last 3 years and a half. And then this summer we decided to take a break. The main reason we decided to take a break is because we moved and we were gonna change companies either way, or ABA providers, but also like Ryan was gonna start kindergarten, which meant he was gonna go from half a day of school to now a full day of school. So we were just like thinking this is gonna be too much, he's gonna have to adjust to a new school, new schedule, and on top of that, add like therapy and probably a new ABA therapist, and we just thought it would be too much for him. So we decided to take a break. Another reason was that it's been before that, it had been a couple months where my husband and I had been talking about just whether it was for us, whether ABA was working for us, and honestly we felt that sometimes the ABA therapists were not trained enough to work with Ryan. So they would come in and they would do the same thing, whether it was play with like Play-Doh or read a book, or but they didn't focus on the actual goals that were written for Ryan, right? So let's say his goals were to work on his communication, or on communicating his emotions. We would talk about this in the meeting with the supervisor, right? Oh yeah, we're gonna bring in magazines, they're gonna cut out little faces, they're gonna do this poster board, all these things. But then when it came down to actual therapies, I never saw that happening. It was very repetitive, which most kids learn by repetition, but Ryan was just over it. He was overwhelmed. He was just like bored with it. He didn't find it fun anymore, and we decided to take a break from it. At this point in time, I'm still debating if I want to go back to it. I believe that ABA therapy works. Let me just make sure it's out there and I put it out there. I believe ABA works. I believe ABA made a huge difference in Ryan. I don't know where Ryan would be without ABA therapy. A lot of the ABA therapists that we work with are amazing, and we form a huge bond with them. Pretty much with every therapist we form a really strong bond with. But if you separate the bond, right, and the actual work that they did, some of them fell a little short of where they should be. And that's just my opinion. Like for me, it's like, well, if you're gonna come in and just read a book or play Play-Doh, I could definitely do that. I expected a little bit more knowledge from them, right? So that's been my experience. Doesn't mean I'm against ABA therapy, or I'm not planning to go back to ABA therapy. Right now I'm just at a point where I'm not sure where I want to take it. I'm still debating. whether we're gonna go back or we're just gonna focus on getting Ryan into extracurricular activities and focusing on that just to get him, because academically he's doing amazing. He has speech therapy once a week. He has speech at school as well. He has OT. So you know, he might start OT or physical therapy at school as well. So I mean, he has those things going on. So we really need to help him out in the social aspect. He has a lot of trouble making friends. Like, he'll talk to kids, but usually if they come up to him and they, you know, they're silly or they make a joke, but other than that, he doesn't really care to socialize with kids in general. Even with adults, like he'll just want to be with me or my husband or, like, you know, the immediate family. Other than that, he doesn't really say hi to his cousins or his other uncles or aunts. So, you know, I just want him not to be a social butterfly, like, you know, we call it sometimes. I just want him to be happy, to not get anxious when he's around other kids or other adults. I want him to feel comfortable around, like, social setting, right? So those are part of life, and I want him to succeed in life. So I read this post of this other mom on Instagram, and she said that's one of her biggest regrets, that she focused so much on academics that she forgot about other aspects of her son's life. She forgot about the social aspect and about just teaching him life skills. And I think we tend to forget that too. You have to go to school, you have to do this, but then we forget to teach them life skills, right? Things that they're gonna need to survive in this world. So that's pretty much where we're at. Please, if you're, you know, doing ABA therapy, please don't get discouraged by what I'm saying. Like, ABA is amazing. It'll do wonderful things for your child, but just make sure you're on top of it. You supervise the actual therapist, because I've had an experience where someone will go to cover someone else's shift, and they're basically, you know, they'll be using their phone. They'll just hand an iPad to Ryan, and it's like, no, you're not gonna get paid for coming, sitting down, and giving an iPad to Ryan, you know, the whole time. Like, that's not therapy, you know. So, you know, it's you can't judge every therapist the same. Some have an amazing work ethic, and they know what they're doing, you know. And we've had a really good experience as well with other therapists. So ABA works. Just want to put it out there. ABA therapy works. I just think at this point in time we need to stay on this break and focus on another part of Ryan's life, if that makes sense. Yeah, please let me know if you're going through the same thing, or if you've gone through the same thing. Ryan's about to be 6 years old, and that's where we're at. We're kind of like, what do we do? Do we go back to ABA therapy? Do we just work at home on, you know, life skills? Do we just schedule more play dates and extracurricular activities? Like, what do we do? So if you're going through the same thing, please let me know. I need advice. We need to know what others are doing out there, because it could get really overwhelming, confusing. But yes, leave me a comment or message me, whatever works. If you want to know a little bit more about our family, our situation, we're on Instagram, Life by Ryan TV, or Facebook. That's basically where we usually put pictures and little stories. So yeah, please let us know what you guys are doing, or if you had a past experience that you learned from. Please let us know. If you know anybody else that has gone through this, yes, please let us know and give us some tips, some advice. Thank you for watching. Hope you you get to know us a little bit more. You know, my son is just 6, he's barely gonna be 6. He was diagnosed at the age of 2.5, so we're still learning as we go. We're no experts at all. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.